And now everybody's like, oh, of course it's possible, like of course. Like, but like a couple of years ago, people will say like you're crazy, bro. Like it's not possible.
Hello guys, today we're filming the second episode of Glitch Talk. Previously we talked about our experience, about the idea and the project itself. Today we're gonna go into deep explanation of what our project is about, company values and many more. So, my name is Glitch11.
And I'm Glitch22. So yeah, welcome back and let's get into it.
Okay, so we will start with Web3 projects and motivation. So, can you describe or discuss Web3 projects that really motivates you to work? So, I know that you're really passionate about Nouns, Yuga Labs, and others. So, can you get into more detail?
Yeah, like you described, So I like to look at the top, right? And when I'm looking at the top, like who's at the top right now? Some can say Yuga Labs is at the top, but some will say like Yuga Labs is like falling off, whatever. But I think like Yuga Labs did a really terrific job starting off their Bored Yacht Club, and they did a lot of like good strategic business decisions like acquiring 10K NFT shops, and then they acquire a lot of stuff so that they could have like more market share in the NFT market, right? And just like they would be in ballers, so I respect their decision. But my true inspiration would be I'm sure you already know this, like the Pudgy Penguins, like the CEO, the guy who's running it right now, Luca Nex. He's really admirable. And then he understands, since he came from the Web2 marketing world, he understands that like the true potential and then the true values lies in the majority of the population, which is still the Web2. The problem is with the current Web3 space is that every fucking project, literally every company, every projects, every protocols, they're like trying to optimize for the Web3 niche itself. Like some of them have like understand this, and like some of them have like really simple user interface and stuff like that, but still like connecting your wallet, like just like buy NFTs. The process itself is like really knee deep in the Web3 space, and only like a Web3 savant, like only the Web3 savant can understand like to how to navigate through, and like a Web2 user such as my, like my normal friend, they wouldn't be able to go to like Yuga Labs and then like buy an NFT like right away, like they would have to like look up a YouTube video or like just something, and then just like it's just like so many barriers. But Pudgy Penguins, they understand this so well that like if you want to have an NFT right now, all you need to do is like go to Amazon and look up Pudgy Penguins, and then like you buy the Pudgy Penguin stuffed toy, a stuffed toy, figurine choice, and like whatever choice it is, right? And you buy the toy, the toy will come to you, and it'll come with a QR code, and then just like a QR code will lead to their website, and then like you will get your first own NFT, and Google Nets basically get it because like Web2, Web3, whatever it is, users don't care. Users don't care about the terms. They just want simplicity, and they just want the NFT, and they just want it delivered straight to their doorstep. And Pudgy Penguins understand it so well in terms of their product side, in terms of your marketing side. So yeah, the Pudgy Penguins will be my top. Yeah.
Okay, and I think it's really important questions, and especially for early founders so they have an idea and they're trying to learn more about whether this idea already implemented or someone has thought about it. What ways would you recommend for them to look for this information and to find resources that they need in order to identify whether their problem already been solved or maybe this problem shouldn't be solved because it's not popular and so on?
The first level would be like search on Google, Amazon, go to Amazon and like search like NFT, or like I don't know, just like search for these like Web3 terms, right? And look for like who is like doing what kind of things right now, right? Because like if you look up NFT on Amazon, I'm pretty sure like Pudgy Penguin will show up, because like their SEO is optimized too, so they know that. So you got there's two sites right now, right? The Web2 site and the Web3 site. let's just say like the normal side and then like the new technologies, right? You gotta understand both sides. So you gotta go look at like Yuga Labs. Yuga Lab is just totally in the new technology. They haven't done. I haven't seen them doing like the like Pudgy Penguins yet. Like they haven't catered to the Web2 users yet. But you gotta go learn the technique from them too. Like how's like Yuga Labs doing with their games. How's like Yuga Labs like publishing the drop strategy, and you gotta go back to the Web2, and not even like just like blockchain related. You gotta study these like Shopify's. You gotta go study Apple. You gotta go study like Airbnbs. You gotta study these like the top players in the Web2 market. So they're like how they move. Like so it depends on your specific industry, right? So if you're gonna be like a blockchain based like travel agency or whatever, then go study Airbnb. Like how they're dominating the Web2 market, right? And how you can like and then like go study the similar one in the Web3. And if there is no one, then there's your opportunity. So you can fill up the gap using like Web2 NFTs or whatever, right? So that's your opportunity right there. But you gotta start thinking like, okay, like so you gotta like literally like thoroughly like study like how Airbnb move, how like the CEO Brian Chesky, how he started, like how he started, what was the beginning, like what is initial company strategies, values. You gotta like literally like A to Z. You gotta know everything, and you can like copy like the best ones into your own company. And then like yeah, if you know some Web3 blockchain stuff, then you can start incorporating it. So similarly, like so if you're in the entertainment industry, go study the top Disney, Pixar, and then like go study Yuga Labs, and then like think like, okay, like what is the market demand, or what market opportunity that I can fill in the gap. So everything's about learning, like learning. So there isn't like, well, all in one like specific resource that you could go learn, but just go on YouTube and then like search for the specific industry top players, and you can start with it.
Okay, great. So you mentioned that Panji Penguins had like a huge impact on how you see this work. So can you get into more details? How specifically did this project change your approach to work?
Specifically from Pudgy Penguin, I really like their marketing strategies. They know that they cannot bombard the market with Web3 terms. They cannot start telling the on Instagram, on TikTok. They can. So when you go look up Pudgy Penguins on Instagram or on TikTok, they don't mention the word NFT at all. They're if you don't know any better, you would think they're like a regular company, which they are, but you wouldn't know that they have a really Web3 back end engine behind them. Like when you go look at Instagram, they got like this like motivational quotes, some gifs, some like short videos, right? On TikTok similarly as well. Like it's like some funny videos, like just like a lot of like looking at guesses in a way that NFTs, blockchain, people don't care. At the end of the day, people don't care. These are just like secondary values, like secondary values. The first value is like, how will this content make them feel, right? Like, is the content gonna make them feel funny? Is it gonna make them like sad? Like some type of way, emotional connection.
Is going to get like some emotion from the person who's using it.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And then that's the top of the funnel, right? And only after then he knows that he can slowly introduce the words like NFT, blockchain. Like when you go to his website, he got like chess games. You can play with like multiple multiplayers and stuff like that. A lot of things. But like he don't want to bombard. He don't want to like showcase all of the good stuff right away, because like people don't care. He gets it. Like so he's like he has a really nice flow. He gets it. So yeah, like the funnel. Like so the answer would be the funnel. Like looking at the way he did think the funnel is really admirable.
Okay, that's great. And maybe you can just follow up on what you just said and share a success story of the project, maybe something they achieved not only became successful, but maybe they achieved some higher goal by using the strategies you just mentioned
Similarly, in the Web3 space or what?
in the Web3. For example, Panji Penguins.
I mean, yeah, like I don't want to keep talking about the Pudgy Penguins, but yeah, like they're really good. They know what they're doing. I think like they're gonna be one of the top brands, and for the future. Like he got a solid team, and the guy knows what he's doing. So I'm not worried about them. But upcoming projects that cater to Web2. That's a really good project called MedLets. The yeah their wallet. They got the team got a two-part plan, right? They got an NFT collection, and then they got a wallet for the NFT collection itself, And when you go check out their wallet, like they make it really easy for a regular internet user to understand right away. You could message each other, or like each like with your friends on their wallet. It's not even more like a wallet. It's more like a, I don't know, like a WeChat or Messenger that you can message with your friend, and you can send stuff, and you can also hold your like money or NFTs or whatever, right? So they're really catering to Web2. So yeah, I really like their project, like the guy, and then their marketing strategies too. The same playbook with Pudgy Penguins. You won't ever see the word NFTs, and like they specifically use the word like digital collectibles only occasionally, right? But they showcase like the values of like Pudgy Penguins, Mad Lads, Doodle. Yeah, Doodle's also really amazing. When you go look at their Instagram marketing, whatever, they only showcase their values. Like in terms of like Mad Labs, they're about fun. Like their tagline is like, I don't want to say it out loud, but their tagline is called something called "fuck it." It's like FORKIT, fuck it. And then in the comments, everybody be saying like fuck it all the time, right? So they like their brand is about like adventurous brand, like just like fun, adventurous, like just like surfers, right? So they even sponsoring like a really world class like surfer right now from Hawaii. Like they're one of their brand ambassadors and stuff like that. So they know what they're doing. So and yeah, like when you go look at their Instagram, they specifically like just like showcase these videos of like them having fun and stuff like that. So they're like just a Web3. It's just a community marketing game. It's just everything just community. So Yuga Labs, they got a specific community value. Pudgy Penguin, they got a specific community value. Doodles, they got a community value. Everything's about community at the end of the day. And I understand this so well that like the Glacier was also the same. We're a community first, and then all these like NFTs, blockchains, whatever it is, they're just secondary values that is there to keep us in check.
So, since you mentioned the values of the other companies, I think it's time to discuss our own values. So, we have 9 at the moment. So, let's go into detail of each of those. So, the first principle is positivity is the key. So, how does this value shape our company culture?
I really think that positive is the key to life, right? There's two energies, positive and negative. Like I said in the previous episode, in Chinese mythology, yin and yang, and in regular English astrology, they will call it like, I don't know, the duality of energies, right? And many people know that you need both energies to achieve balance in life, right? And I already know that. But before getting into like super superficial, I truly believe that if you're optimistic or positive within, it will just like radiate outwards. Whatever difficulties or struggles or just like whatever you feel facing in life, I really think that if you have a true positive within, like not outside, not just like outside, but a true positive within, then I think like it's the key. I mean, in a way that it can unlock so many things. It's like the key. I put emphasize on the key because like you can do a lot of things with negative too. But I really think that positive is the key in a way that it can unlock so many doors. Doors to like success, doors to your health, doors to your relationship success. Just whatever it is, I think it's like the positive is the master key that can unlock like so many things. And we can positive is the key, and negative is like a hammer. So you can open a door with a hammer, right? Some people prefer a hammer, but I would prefer a key. So I think positive is the master key. And then I want everybody in the community to have this like first principle value. First value is that you gotta stay positive all the time. I'm not saying like you gotta be delusional, optimistic all the time, right? Because like life is real. Like, you gotta be realistic. Like you cannot just like jump from a cliff and then like, okay, I won't die. Not like that. But I'm just saying you gotta be realistic at the same time, but still know that whatever you're facing, you see everything as challenges instead of just setbacks. You see them as challenges that you need to conquer, and you see them as lessons, which will like make you like successful in life. So I mean, positive is the key in a way that is the key to the door to life, the door to success, the door to health, the door to your internal abundance mindset. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Let's go to the second principle. So the second one is mirror principle, which means that in every interaction with a person, you imagine that you're talking to yourself, to the mirror, and it means that you will treat that person with respect and the same way you would treat yourself. So can you elaborate a little bit more why it is important and what exactly do you mean by mirror principle?
As humans, we have this bias, like sometimes unknowingly treat others or says others that we wouldn't say to ourselves, right? Just think, if you see a cleaner in the school or whatever, some humans treat the cleaner as in a certain way, right? But just think as a mirror, let's just say, for example, right, you said this cleaner like, oh, you're so disgusting. But what if there was no cleaner, and what if there was a mirror, and would you say yourself like, you're so disgusting? It's just like you gotta like treat yourself or treat everything as a mirror, whatever you're gonna think or whatever you're gonna say, would you say the same thing to yourself? Would you think the same thing to yourself,
Let's do a different example, not with the cleaner one.
Okay.
Like a person on the workplace, like you're treating someone you work with, because with cleaner it's like really, like,
Realistic?
I mean, like, I don't know, like what's it's about respect rather than just like human interaction.
Yeah, exactly.
But like with mirror, I think like for example, a worker.
Yeah.
When you're talking to a certain person who you work with, and you're waiting for certain result from them, and it's important to take their perspective and what they hear from you. For example, you need to achieve this goal, but you don't say exactly what you need. For example, you're saying, oh, I want it to be the best project. Their concept of best and your project of best is very different. So you need like to elaborate more, and I want to be the best project by having like this graphic, this script, this video, so on, so on, so on. So like imagine yourself that the mirror has the exact same thoughts as you have. I'll think about it this way.
It works both way, right? It works positive and negative too. Because I'm just saying is that just think of yourself. There is a mirror in front of you all the time, and whatever you're gonna think or whatever you're gonna say, regardless of the other side, don't think of the cleaner was just a really realistic example, right? Some people are gonna be offended, If you get offended, that just means that your mindset is some kind of way, right? Just chill and think before you speak, I said it in a way that there's a mirror in front of you, and then before you say anything, before you think anything to anybody else, would you say the same thing to yourself? Would you think the same thing to yourself? If you're gonna say the same thing to somebody positive, oh, you're so great, bro, then that's a good thing, right? Then like, you will also say the same thing to yourself, right? That's a mirror principle. So mirror principle is not only about negative, it's also about positive too. So you gotta like you wanna say good things about yourself all the time. You gotta like also minimize saying bad things to yourself, right? The same thing external outwards. So honestly, like the first one and second one is like closely related. It's just like an extension of the number one itself. Positive is the key, and then merit principle is like positive is the key, and then like use positive and don't say anything like negative or don't say anything shit about like anybody else. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control anything but yourself. So the only thing you can control is your mind, and don't let your mind focus anything other than like developing oneself. Only developing oneself will set you for your life. Thinking negatively or saying negatively or like just like whatever is not gonna make you like good in life. So just focus on oneself, and then just act as if there's a mirror like behind you or before you all the time, right? So like I said in the first one, it's a really strict principle. It's a really rigid principle, but I can promise you one thing for sure. It will keep you out of troubles. It will minimize trouble for you. It will keep you out of guilt. It will keep you out of this shame, that you might have later on in life. Because like when you live one way in this positive flow this way, then I guarantee you that you won't 40 years later, 50 years later, like, oh man, like I shouldn't have said like that. I shouldn't think like that. Because like you didn't say that shit in the first place anyway. So that is like mirror principle. It works in respect, like you said. It works in the thoughts and everything. It works in every other way. But the thing is like it just a mirror, a mirror. It just like whatever goes reflects back. So what do you want to put back? What do you want to reflect back? If you want positive things to come to your way, then you gotta say positive things, and it will reflect back. And if you say negative things will reflect back, because mirror, it's just like whatever you say is gonna reflect back. So that is the key to the mirror principle. Yeah.
Okay, so we touched up on this principle like last time, but maybe we can like repeat it quickly. Having a student mindset, what it is, and how to maintain it and not lose like grasp of it.
Having a student mindset is the mindset that is willing to be open and willing to learn from anyone, anywhere, all the time. It's essentially the principle of you can learn something even from a 5-year-old kid. So you can learn something even from a 5-year-old kid, right? So it's that we're young, so we kind of like know this like better, right? But okay, there might be a bias there, but like I'm just assuming, but like as people tend to get older, they have this thinking or aura of like, okay, like I just know better than this young dude, right? Like he's 10-year-old, bro. Like what the fuck is gonna know, right? Like I just know better than him, which is true in most of the case. But having a student mindset means that regardless of the situation, regardless of the person you're talking to, just be open, and there might be like useful information or useful principle that you might learn and you can apply to your life, which will make you better, right? So student principle is basically you go to school. And you go to school to what? Learn, like you learn, and then you learn what life lessons, the books, whatever. Like you go to history class, you learn history, right? Having a student mindset is in the name itself. Be a student, but not only in the classroom, but also in life. Wherever you go, whoever you're talking with, even if it's a kid, even if it's like not even from nature, you can learn something. So I was watching this like podcast, and then this dude was saying like, he was walking for a morning walk, right? He was walking for a morning walk, and he learned something from a spider, and I was like, what? No, but he explained it really nicely. So he was walking for a walk. He was going for a morning walk, and there was a spider, and the spider was like, how does a spider catch its prey? How does the spider is not going onto the woods and just like trying to find prey, right? How does a spider catch its prey? It catches its prey by setting up a web. Setting up a web of like delicate web from the branches, like one by one, one by one, one by one. And after he have set up the web, the spider sit like near, like hiding on the web, right? And it waits. It just waits. It just waits, and when a fly or when something just come on the web, then it makes a move, right? So, and he said that by looking at that, I'm not sure that is true or not, but like that was a really good analogy, right? It's just that sometimes you gotta build a foundation, and for opportunity, for your target to arrive, sometimes instead of just going out there and like finding for the target, you gotta like set up your foundation. Like you gotta grow the garden, and then let it come. And when the time is right, then you attack, right? So like I was saying, you can learn anything from life, from nature, from younger people, older people, whatever it is. Having a student myself is you have a mindset of a student.
Okay, so our another value is die trying. What do you mean by die trying?
I was just listening to the podcast about Winston Churchill, right? And Winston Churchill was so unique in a sense that he has this like complex, like God complex, like he truly knew that like he was the chosen one, and then like if he had this purpose, right? He has this purpose of being like ruling the Britain, right? Ruling Britain at the time, and then he knew that like like he will achieve the goal, or if he doesn't, then he will just die trying, right? Well, in that case, that's too extreme, but I think every man or every woman should have a purpose in life. When a man or woman doesn't have a purpose, then they get lazy. They start to wander off, and they start to do some things, the concept of the robot is like people turn into robot when they don't have a really true passion or a true goal in life that they want to achieve. It doesn't matter about 9 to 5 or whatever it is. Even in the 9 to 5 you want to get this position, then that person is not a robot. That person is like got this like target on the head, is set on the side, and he's like he or she is just like grinding every day, right, learning, or like just like doing the projects, assignments, whatever, doing perfectly, so that he will like reach it as soon as or as fast as possible. But when a person doesn't have a purpose or a mission in life, they start to wander off. They start using some TikTok. I'm not saying that's bad, but like you gotta know, like, is it gonna make you like reach your goal? Or if you don't have a goal, then it's just like you're trying to like fill time with unnecessary things. Like you're just trying to like waste time. Not waste time, but like you're just trying to like pass time, right? Just trying to pass time. And this is a really thing. Some people say like, oh man, like I wish my days were longer. But some people say, man, like I wish my days were shorter, right? And like you can really see like what kind of people that is. Like, for me, I really wish my days were longer, because like some days it just pass so fast. And then like when I'm focusing on one business at the start of the day, but like I don't even know how, but like it's already like 10 in the night, and I don't want to like break my sleep, right? Because like I really treasure my sleep. So I kind of wish sometime that, oh man, like I wish I had like 5 more hours so that I could focus on this project or whatever it is, right? So I sometimes wish my days were truly longer. But I understand, though, I don't dwell on it a lot. But back to the point, before getting into it too long, but trying just mean that just have a purpose, and then when you have a purpose, then go for it, and then just have this mentality of like, okay, like I'm just gonna like die trying.
Okay, let's discuss another value, which is, I think it's kinda contradictory to what we're doing. So it says like, don't hate the bots. What do you mean by don't hate the bots?
Bots, NPCs, or whatever, right? People call it like in different a lot of ways. Like a lot of people know that, but don't hate the bots in a way that people some people tend to hate on things or people that is different from them. Well, so when a guy start hitting the gym, and then he started hating on, like, I don't know, like just like guys who are not that developed, or guys just who are fat, right? He started having this complex of like he's not the same from me, bro. Like whatever he is, right? But like they sometimes forget that some people have to start somewhere. And some people have like some things or some difficulties in life, and that's don't hate the bots. Essentially mean don't judge. Don't judge. You never know. You never know what something or someone is happening through in their life, and just you have a student mindset, and think positively, and think like how you can help the bots, or how you can help people, instead of like, oh, like he's not the same as me, bro. He just lazy, he just eating like McDonald's every day, bro. Like whatever. Somebody might be eating McDonald's just because they might be lazy, or just because like they have no money to like go buy an apple, right? So like you don't know like what's the situation. So don't hate the bots, man. Like in the community, we're trying to look for solutions to help people, instead of like be a like elite group that's like, okay, like we're the only guys that is like the gods or whatever, right? And like just just ignore everybody else, bro. Like they're not worth our attention or something like that. But I'm just saying that don't hate the bots, try to help them, and then just grow yourself too at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, great. So the next value is performance and execution over talk and ideas. So how do you prioritize your actions over the words or ideas?
The thing is, like, this is hard. It is hard to say, but yeah, but performance and execution over talking and ideas, right? I think ideas are important, but I think ideas are abundance. I don't want to use the word cheap, because ideas are not cheap. Like good ideas are really valuable. Ideas are abundant because like there's a lot of ideas. People get ideas, like I get 100 ideas a day. Honestly, like people get ideas all the time, but it really lies in the fact that, are you gonna do on the idea? Are you gonna execute? Like, and how you gonna execute? You're just not doing it. Like, how well are you gonna do it too, right? So the is really so self-explanatory. Like the mission itself. How well do you perform and how well do you execute is way, way, way more important than how good is your idea. And if you're just a talker, or if you're actually a doer that is grinding, or just you just like talking, or talking, you can talk so many different things. You can say whatever things, but if you're not actually in the weeds, just like looking for the gems, looking performing, then you're nothing. I hate to say it, but you're nothing. That's it.
Okay, so another principle is that we, the glitches, don't believe in the norm. So how did this value encourage independent thinking in the community?
The principle says that we don't follow the norm, right? We don't follow the norm. We don't follow the norm doesn't mean that we're the rule breakers, right? It doesn't mean that cross the red light, right? So don't cross. Don't start crossing the red light, right? But I'm just saying in a way that the society will set a norm. The society will set a standard of how you should think, how you should act, how you should do on every single thing, right? Every single value principle. Society has a standard. And I would argue that some of those are really beneficial and true, because a lot of people have done it and then like they have tested and iterated. So that's true. But the point of the principle is that regardless of if it's true or not, you think for yourself, do your own research. Like why you should wash hands after going to the toilet. You think for yourself, okay, because like there might be bacteria on my hand, and then like I might have like salmonella or whatever, right? Like
Talk about different example. This is like I don't know,
why?
huh? Just something like more that you. I mean, like it's like a obvious why you need to wash your hands.
Yeah,
Yeah. For example, like why tap water is bad for you. Say things like this.
No, not really. I don't want to say that. Tap water.
I mean, like
It's an. I'm just saying it's a norm that uh, society has a norm, and regardless of if it's true or not, think for yourself. Why you should wash hands after toilet? Because there might be bacteria. So that might be true. So you did your own thinking. You did your own research. Also, okay. So you act because of your own thinking, right? You act not because somebody says something, or some dude from the 19th century says something in the book, right? You think it. You did your own research. You did your own scientific research, and you do your own way, right? And the same applies in business. The same applies in your life. The same applies in whatever you do. You think and you act only because you have done your own research. So don't follow the norm means that if regardless of you following the norm or not, think for yourself first. And just think, okay, another example would be like uh you can drink tap water, right? Don't start believing that you can start drinking tap water, right? But think, like, do your own research, like go look up on New York, like New York tap water fluoride percentage, or New York tap water like purity percentage, or whatever, right? If you live in New York, by the way. And then just do your own research. And regardless of that, if the TV or media or whatever is saying like, oh, this is true, just do your own research and just think for yourself, okay, like should I drink this tap water or not? So that's like an extreme example. But yes, don't follow the norm means like I mean, honestly, like every principle is self-explanatory. Just like think for yourself, and then like just don't do something just because somebody says so, or some guy from the 19th centuries or 18th century like wrote something in this book, right? Because like time's always changing, and then like you. So that's like the life for life, right? And for entrepreneurship, that is like even more like serious. People like to set standards. For example, with Elon Musk. Okay, I don't want to like go into long that much, but I'll go into this one because it's a really good example I like. So Elon Musk just sold his PayPal company for like whatever millions, right? So he got like 20 million, he got like 100 million, and then he was looking for this next venture, and then he was looking across industries, and then he since young he finished his degree of physics, so he likes spaces and like rockets and whatnot, right? He's a physicist. So and he was looking at the space industry, and he's looking at like these space industries controlled by two company, Lockheed Martin and then NASA, right? And he's looking at like the rockets are so expensive, and then after rocket, he's thinking like, why cannot the rockets cannot learn after launching? Because like in the back in the days, what they did was like you launched a rocket and you waste it, and each rocket was like 10 billion, 20 billion, right? So for each launch, you're wasting 20 billion bucks, and he's thinking like, this is so unsustainable for the environment. It is so like unpredictable, and like if he wanted there would to be a space trouble, right? And this principle cannot be ever achieved by this way. And he started consulting, like he hired like the best like rocket scientist or whatever, and he said like, I want to build a rocket. I want to be a space company that have rockets that can learn back after launching. Everybody say like, you're fucking crazy, bro. You're not a rocket scientist. You're just some rich dude that sell a company, and you thinking like you can do a rocket company. Like who the fuck are you? Whatever, right? And then you want to land a rocket like after launching. Like, do you even understand like it's not possible? So the basic was like, everybody say it's impossible. Everybody has their own like robot thinking, right? Everybody has their own robot thinking. And then what did Elon Musk did? He literally like spent all of his money, 100 million bucks on the space company, and then he just started himself, because like he think in first principle way. Like he's like, okay, like can this be done? Like can a rocket land back after launching? Blah blah blah, whatever, right? And now look at it, SpaceX right now. He was the first space company to have a rocket that after launching that can land back. His first company in the world, and now everybody's like, oh, of course it's possible, like of course. Like, but like a couple of years ago, people will say like, you're crazy, bro. Like, it's not possible. So the principle is don't follow the norm. Think for yourself. And if you think something can be achieved after you have done your calculations, then go for it. That's it.
That's a great explanation, a beautiful example. The ACE principle, I think people will have trouble understanding it at first. So I think it's really important to discuss it. Is the differences external, the same within? What do you mean by that?
Oh, that one is really easy to explain. It just like that one is for the community specific. The differences external mean people are different. People have different personalities, different races, different colors, different eye color, different hair, blah 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 blah. People are different, but at the end of the day, for a community, you need people with the same values. Same values, okay, not same personality. You can have so many different personality, but if an extrovert or an introvert have the same value, then they are part of the same community, So that one is a little bit glitch network specific, but the final principle, that one is, I think that's the eighth principle, right? The eighth principle, that one is like, in order to be in this glitch network, you gotta have 1 to 7. 1 to 7 is for life, but like if you hold this 1 to 7 principle for this one, then regardless of your appearance, then we are all the same within. So yeah, differences external, but the same within. Yeah.
Okay, great one. And the last one, which is like 3 keywords for the glitch network in general. It's on our website, on our social medias. We talk about it like very often when pitching the project. It's create, collaborate, and innovate. So how do you foster collaboration, innovation, and creation within your network?
Create, collaborate, innovate. For a community or for a country or for whatever to thrive, yeah, you need the people. You need creators. You need business guys. You cannot run a country with just like 100 entrepreneurs, because like you gotta have people that works together with the entrepreneurs too. Because like, so you cannot think like one way. You gotta think like always. So collaborate. You gotta collaborate with others. Like, so understand that you're not meant to start something, or you might not be an entrepreneur, and that's completely fine. People have different values, different purposes, and different missions in life, And if your mission is to teach people, then you can be a teacher. That's even better. I know tons of teachers that changed the world or that changed the school, whatever, right? That's major impact on the world than certain entrepreneurs. So there is no like which one's better. But create, collaborate mean that for the community to thrive, you need people that is creating all the time, creating new stuff, creating new ideas, and you need people to collaborate each other. Like, okay, like can you help me? Can you come and help me with my company? Can you come and help me with my deal? Like, can you help me with my marketing or whatever? Right, collaborating and innovate, create and innovate. Some might say it's the same, but innovate is like you're always innovating for new things. Creating is just like you creating this certain thing or you building things, right? But innovating is like you're like the next level above building. You're thinking for new things. You're just like, how can I make this building better? How can I make this principle better? How can I make this method like more efficient, more time efficient? How can I make this like a road like smoother or whatever, right? Thinking better. So I believe you need all three for a really true community to like thrive sustainably. You need to collaborate all the time, and you need to build all the time, and you need to be innovative. If the technology is changing, then the community itself must be changing too, or else you will be get invaded by other people, right? A famous example would be like World War II. Like Britain like literally corporate like British conquered the world, right? Why? Because like they had the guns the first. So when they had the guns, they literally went to every country and like start conquering, right? Because like they had the technology advantage. Because like the other community, it wasn't their fault, but like they wasn't innovating. They had guns, so they lost, right? So that's the same principle. If you want to survive, then you gotta innovate all the time.
Great. I think that's 9 principles like
Yeah.
embedded in our soul, in our blood.
Yeah.
Like if you get our DNA
Yeah.
on the microscope, you will see in small letters these 9 principles.
You see just 9 9 9 9. I mean, uh, like I said, like these are really obvious ones, and then this is not just for the community itself. These are the principles that I live with every single day, and these are the principles that I wasn't born with this. Trust me, I wasn't born with this. But as I'm roaming through life, and as I face like many struggles and difficulties, and many setbacks, it's just that these are the principles that taught me the most. And these are the principles that I truly appreciate the most. So these are the principles that I will carry for the rest of my life, which I think, because I think these are really good enough for me, for my life.
Okay, that's great. So, how do you maintain self discipline in your everyday routine?
It's totally okay to occasionally lose yourself, right? Like there's like many different philosophies of school on this, but some people is like really hardcore, and some people just like go with the flow or whatever. But how do I maintain self discipline in my everyday life? The short answer is be accountable. Have accountability. Know yourself when you're about to reach a cookie, or know yourself when you're about to do something that you shouldn't be doing. Acknowledge the fact that, okay, acknowledge the little voice in the head saying like you shouldn't do that. Acknowledge it, and then your body should respond too. That's like the spiritual explanation, I guess. But just be accountable. Just be accountable, and then it's all right. Like you lose yourself occasionally. But the most important thing is that truly know that, okay, like I shouldn't have done that. I will try to be better, but not okay. I'm such a loser, like I cannot even maintain myself. If you do that, you will go into this negative loop, and then like you will just like it's not gonna be sustainable for you. If you did something wrong, or if you didn't follow your self-discipline, or if you woke up like 12 in the morning, don't start like screaming in your head, like, oh, I'm such a loser, like I shouldn't have done it. Just say like, I will be better tomorrow. Okay, how can I prepare my night to be better so that tomorrow I can start following my self-discipline again. That's the first step. And the second step is just consistency. Like just because you have done something for 3 days straight doesn't mean like it's over. 3 months straight, and then 3 months turn into 3 years, right? But occasionally during the 3 years you're gonna have some bad days, and those are okay. but try to have like a lot of more self-discipline than non-self-discipline. Try to have a ratio of like 90 to 10. If you're on 10 days, if your 9 days are like really good self-discipline, and then one day you lose yourself occasionally, I think that's okay. So that's what I usually do, because like human make mistakes and human are imperfect. So one day, don't think that, okay, like don't the thing is like don't have a specific day for like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy on this day. So like because just have a error of wrong possibility, right? Probability. So 10 days in a way that one day you're gonna fucked up, but that's okay. But don't choose a specific day like you're gonna fucked up that way. I'm gonna fucked up in this way. Don't choose a day for that. But just know that one day you're gonna be bad, and that's all right. But 9 days just be really good. That's the thing. Yeah.
What motivates you to continue pushing the barriers and achieving your highest potential right now?
The external one is my family. Try really wanted to have a better life for them, and then and second thing is just I just know this is my mission. I just know this is my life to walk this way, and I've chosen the path. So all it left is to work for it. So literally work for it. So yeah, external's my family, eternal's my mission. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for viewing our second glitch talk. We really appreciate you as our listeners, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm Glitch11.
I'm Glitch 22, and then don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video, or like which more topics that you want to see or you want to know, that comment in the comment section down below. Yeah. All right, see you guys.
See you.